throughout the course of his campaign, there has been a consistent number of assaults on racial minorities at Donald Trump rallies by his supporters. I mean, over and over, you see abuse. So here's a video of an African-American woman being assaulted in Louisville, Kentucky. Now, here you have an African-American guy being punched in the face. And now here, a Trump supporter is spitting in the face of a Hispanic protester. And here, you have a Latino person literally being dragged out of a Trump rally. And then here in this video, there is a Muslim woman who is being escorted out for seemingly no reason, because how dare you wear a shirt that says "Salam, I come in peace," right? Now, in this video here, there are 30 African Americans being kicked out for no reason.
I think we got kicked out because we're a group of black people, and like, I guess people, what's going on in America, they're afraid we're going to say something or do something, but we just really want to watch the rally, and to get kicked out because we're a group of black people is really crazy. It shows you how racist our own school is, that we can't even go to our own school complex.
Now, what did Donald Trump have to say about this?
Do you believe that you've done anything to create a tone where this kind of violence would be encouraged?
I hope not. I truly hope not. But I certainly do not condone that at all, Jake.
Now, that's really nice rhetoric. I like that you're disavowing this violence, but in actuality, you are encouraging it.
Some of your critics point to quotes that you've made at these rallies, including February 23rd, "I'd like to punch him in the face," referring to a protester. February 27th, in the good old days, they'd have ripped him out of that seat so fast. February 1st, "Knock the crap out of him, would you? Seriously, okay, just knock the hell. I promise you, I will pay for the legal fees, I promise, I promise."
So not only are you encouraging violence at your rallies, you are using this type of divisive rhetoric that is appealing directly to racially insensitive, immigrant-hating people.
We problem in this country, it's called Muslims. We know our current president is one. Right. You know he's not even an American.
We need this
birth
question.
certificate, man. But anyway, we have training camps growing where they want to kill us. Mm-hmm. That's my question. When can we get rid of
We're going to be looking at a lot of different things.
I get the appeal of Donald Trump. In many ways, he's a refreshing Republican candidate. I mean, he is anti-establishment. He rails against money in politics. He rails against these horrific trade deals where our jobs just get shipped overseas. And that's refreshing. It's good to hear a Republican actually have a reasonable stance. So I get that if you're a Donald Trump supporter. And this is why I'll maintain that there are different types of Donald Trump supporters. There are some who just like the fact that he's anti-establishment and he's not for corrupt crony capitalism that has taken over the Republican Party. Now, furthermore, there are these racially insensitive, xenophobic, immigrant-hating Trump supporters. Now, there's also a combination of the two, but there is a segment of Donald Trump's support that disavows this type of behavior, that don't actually take Trump serious. But regardless if you take him serious on his immigration policies, which are just fascist in nature, regardless if you don't think he'll actually implement a Muslim ID system, you have to understand these actions of assault, these physical altercations that are happening at his rally, they're a snapshot of what's to come if he is elected president. They are the direct result of his divisive, racially insensitive, xenophobic rhetoric. That's just a fact. Now, people will say, look, you can't blame the candidate for the actions of his supporters. But again, the rhetoric has consequences. The policy positions that he's putting forth, which are very problematic, they're going to appeal to really, really racially insensitive, immigrant-hating people. Hence the reason why so many white supremacists are jumping over themselves to endorse Donald Trump. See, here's the thing about Donald Trump that's scary. He made overt racism actually something that is socially acceptable. Again, prior to Donald Trump, the Republican Party, they would institute these racist policies, which, such as voter ID laws, where basically it's a policy that limits African Americans from voting. That's what it does. That's the impact it has, regardless if you agree that that's their actual intentions. That's the impact it has. But they do more subtly racist things. Donald Trump just overtly says, I don't think Muslims should be able to enter or leave the country. That's really, really problematic. And there's a reason why all the other Republicans, even though they're crazy, even though they're lunatics, even though they are extremists, have even disavowed that type of rhetoric. To want to kill civilians and still have supporters support you, even though you have these other economically populist, arguably, policies, It's troubling. It's really troubling. So again, you may think that the connection between his rhetoric and these type of physical assaults on racial minorities that go on at his rallies are just, it's a spurious relationship. There's no connection. Well, I hate to tell you this, but you're wrong. Rhetoric has consequences, and Donald Trump's rhetoric is so extreme that he is encouraging violence. So Donald Trump is a dangerous candidate. We don't have to actually elect him to see the consequences of his rhetoric, of his divisiveness. We already seen that, and these rallies prove that.
Isn't it great to be at a Trump rally, really? Right? It's more fun.
What happened at this rally tonight certainly wasn't a love fest, as you have said. There was a lot of love. In the past, and I'm going to tell you some of your own words, you have said at your rallies that people should knock the crap out of a protester, that you'd pay the legal fees. You talked about people being brought out on stretchers. Also, you said that you'd like to punch a protester in the face. You've insulted all kinds of people, according to what people believe, by saying that Mexico is sending over rapists, that Muslims shouldn't be allowed in this country. There should be a moratorium for a while. Do you regret saying any of those things, especially the things that you have said about punching protesters, sending them out on stretchers?
No, I don't regret it at all. Some of these protesters were violent. They were swinging. They were hitting people. And they were really doing damage. And frankly, the crowd turned on them or the police turned on them. In most cases, it was the police.